Hey guys, so I've been meaning to do this video for a while. I've decided to do a passing tips video, kind of just stuff that I've found helps me or that I've sort of picked up on as I've gone through my transition. For for the first thing, you have to have confidence. You need to look like you know who you are. You, when you walk into, say, if you pass well enough, if you walk into a men's restroom, you need to act like you belong there. At the beginning of my transition, I only used men's restrooms if I knew they were empty. But as I started becoming more comfortable and being more easily read as male out in public, I would use men's restrooms, always the stalls. I still don't even use urinals. But if you look like you are supposed to be there, other people aren't going to question you. I found men generally don't really look at you. Just a glance or two. At the beginning, when I was first using men's restrooms in public, I wasn't even going to the bathroom this one time. I was just fixing my lip piercing and I needed a mirror, so I went into the men's restroom and was like, all up in the mirror trying to fix it. And, God, he must have been like 60, maybe like 55, somewhere in that age zone. And he walked in, and we were at a restaurant. It was kind of early dinner. He walked in, looked at me, and I didn't really, act like it was a big deal or anything. I was just fixing my piercing. But he looked at me, walked back out while the door was still open, checked the sign on the door, looked back at me, and then walked away. And I knew exactly, what was going on. He perceived me as female and wondered why I was in the restroom that was supposedly male, and so then left because I was in there. It hurts, your confidence when you're not read as masculine enough, or if you're not read as male at all. And I think it's hard for us to remember that not everyone is going to read us as male, especially at the beginning of our transition. And even me, a year and a half along, half a year past chest surgery, I was still getting read as female. Like 25% of the time, people would still call me ma'am or miss. But you gotta remember, it's about confidence. People treat you how you want them to if that's what you throw out there. If you just let them walk all over you and act like it's not a problem, then they're not going to correct their behavior. But there is also a line to draw with getting fed up. I know it's hard for us not to get angry. I would get pissed off that I wasn't being read as male. I would get ma'amed at the store, or people would come up to me and say miss, or even if I gave my name to hold like clothes or something, they would think I said Brandy. And it's just, like you reach a point where it's like enough is enough, but you have to remember, these people aren't used to people who don't identify with the gender norms they've grown up with. If you get mad at, say, the 10th person who's called you miss, they don't understand why. And it also alarms them. They're not expecting someone to be angry because of something they've perceived. I feel like if we, even I, if I, you know, get mad at a person for saying she, I feel like it's sort of betraying myself as stealth and letting them know that that bothers me. Like it's happened a lot, or it's happened before. I usually just play it off like, oh hey, it's no big deal, you know. I don't care, I'm masculine enough myself, it doesn't bother me. But it's about confidence, and I know our confidence takes a hit a lot when we get called she or aren't read as our gender. And you just have to keep your head up, you know? Kyle, no. Honey. He's learned how to open my door. But you have to keep your head up. You have to keep going. It'll get better. You know, people will start reading you how you're presenting. Ow. Stop. Stop. But people will read you that way, and you just have to, you know, act like that's who you are. You have to show them. Another thing with passing is dressing correctly. Now, I know you want to just run out there and buy all the men's clothes you can, but not all men's clothes fit, and I know that personally. Even now, men's clothes don't, you know, completely fit me. I'm short, very short, 5 foot. So, pants. I have a very hard time finding pants, just because I have to get a 30 leg and a 32 waist. And usually they only carry about 1 pair of those at a store. But no, try things on. I know, you try them on. But seriously, try them on. See if they look good. You know, get other people's opinions. Because sometimes, ow, stop. Sometimes, even I think, you know, I've got too big of hips. And I feel like that gives me away. But, you know, other people don't see that right away, so it doesn't really, you know, make them think that. But, you know, just find something that fits you. Don't go too tight. Don't go too baggy. It's, you know, things have to fit your body. You can't force yourself to fit into men's clothes. But, okay, shirts. I've found, pre-surgery that getting t-shirts with lots of movement, lots of colors, just anything that will draw someone's eyes all around your shirt, that they won't just stay in one place. I used to wear lots of not tight fitting shirts, but pretty tight fitting shirts when I would bind, and as long as they had some sort of movement to get a person's eye to go around, I didn't have too much of a problem passing. Granted, I'd be read as a 15-year-old, but I would pass. And I think, you know, you have to dress your age, too. I know that's hard for some of us, especially if you don't really have, like, a normal body type. It's hard to find clothing that'll let you pass for your age. I always wanted to wear V-necks, and I couldn't until I had surgery because I was afraid my binder would show. Stop. But I was afraid my binder would show underneath and that people would question what that was. T-shirts are good, collared shirts, button-ups, great. But again, dress your age. Find things that fit. Don't buy things because you see other guys your age wearing them. You want to find something that fits your own style, too. Some places that I've found have smaller sizes that are, pretty cost efficient. H&M, they carry extra smalls. American Eagle, they carry smalls too. Some of their smalls will fit, like, my own size. Their pants fit pretty well. I wear skinny jeans, and those look like regular jeans. So, I'll never have those really skinny jeans like guys wear. But, some other stores, Forever 21, they have a men's section. I haven't actually personally been in a men's section at Forever 21, but I've heard about it. JCPenney's, I go there for dressy clothes, ties. They have really nice skinny ties that aren't very expensive. I would shop a lot at Hot Topic for my pants, just because they would carry unisex pants. There's a lot of places you can look. You just have to find clothes that fit you. And I've gone through so many different places and, tried to find something that fits. But, it's a process. Hair. Oh. So, you want to look up men's hairstyles. And you also want to look around at guys, that are your age. That are at your school or whatever. What's in. It's hard, if you want to get a haircut and it's not technically perceived masculine. If you go into a place to get your hair cut, ask for a masculine cut. Because even sometimes being read masculine and, picking out a haircut or whatever, you can still get a female-looking haircut. And not saying that, haircuts have genders or anything, but, people usually associate certain hairstyles with certain genders. And to pass as stealth like myself, I've had to go pretty masculine haircuts. And I like longer hair, but I get perceived as female more often with longer hair, so I've had to keep mine short. It's important to, talk to your hairdresser too. I know I'm always awkward and nervous when I get my hair cut, just because I usually cut my own hair, and I know how I like it cut, and I'm always afraid I'm gonna get, like, a girly looking haircut, and I don't want that, But it's good to talk to them, and to get them to, understand you don't want a girly looking haircut. Shoes. I personally wear insoles. I got them from peacockproducts.com. Before that, I found them just through Google, but I tried searching that again, and I couldn't find them. I wear them every day, and I just put them in my shoes. I have normal shoes. Insoles. They come up pretty high, though, so I can't really wear, like, really low shoes. This is probably the lowest I can go, without being able to see the insole right away. And I don't really wear shorts that often, so I don't have a problem with people seeing that my foot sticks up a little higher. But if you do get insoles, I've learned you have to go up a shoe size. I normally wear a 6, and I went up to a 7, just to fit these inside them. And not only to just fit the lift part, this part, but because of the way your foot is sitting on top of it, the top of your foot will get squished right up here. And believe me, wearing too tight of a shoe is unpleasant. So if you end up getting insoles, you can make them smaller too. If you end up getting insoles, I would suggest maybe just going to Target or something and seeing, what size shoe you'd need. Sorry about that. But see what size shoe you would need. Because I'd hate for, someone to buy new shoes and then all of a sudden they can't fit into them. But, anyways. You can also, I've found what helps me, pass and stuff is to smell like a guy. I have men's cologne. I'm almost out of this one. And then I won this one online. It smells pretty nice. But I wear men's cologne. I use men's body wash, men's shampoo, deodorant, hair gel, you name it, I've got it. But I found that, just having like men's stuff helps with confidence, and even if you're not completely out and you still want to have, good confidence, I think buying like men's underwear or men's cologne, it doesn't hurt, getting up in the morning and doing a routine, it helps you feel normal. So I think it helps a lot with passing and confidence. It helps a lot too if someone's sniffing you or anything. But the best advice I can give you with passing, the best advice I can give you with passing is to go out in public and just study guys. I know this might seem weird, so if you don't want to go alone, you can go with some friends. Just go and sit at the mall, sit at the food court, watch guys walk by, see how they act with each other, watch how they hold bags, watch how they order food. Men are so different from women in the way they act, and it's all instinctual. We missed out on that. But, just watch them. Watch how men interact in public. And not every guy is the same. I've noticed this. So, you don't have to walk bow-legged. You don't have to be big and take up space. I'm small, but I have my own style. I have my own way of how I act, and I haven't been perceived female for a long time. Even when I was pre-transition, pre-T, I would still, be myself, but masculinize myself, I guess. But yeah, just go look around. Go out somewhere public, watch people. People watch. That's the best advice I can give you. Because honestly, it's the easiest thing to do. It's free. Sometimes it's fun. You get to watch some pretty hilarious things. Sometimes it's gross. You see some gross things. Men are generally gross, I've found. But, if you have any questions, come ask me. If you, want to talk, come talk to me. I'm cool. So, hopefully this helps some people. That's all I'm trying to do. Bye, guys.